statement. And if I hear somebody not talking at all, I'll just instantly stop you and I'll be like, "What about you?"
Not
Insert
like
name
this.
here.
Not like
Not
this.
like you. Not like you.
This is like school all over again.
I finished high school 10 years ago, boys.
I finished high
Not like
school
young, yeah.
last year, boys. Oh,
Okay, after some difficulties with our audio, we're back.
Hello, everybody.
So, once again, I'm the host of this podcast, Zozo, the resident lollipag. We're starting off with introductions, starting with my main man, Link Power.
So it's me, Lake, and I do like Nico, Dia, and Ruby.
Hey, it's Link. Normally I'd be streaming this, but I'm traveling, so I let these guys do it, and they screwed it up already. Sorry about this. I'm an LE fan and Yo fan.
Hey, I'm Eater, and I'm number one Yo Chica. This is my episode, and I got a lot to say about it, hopefully.
Is it me?
Yes, it is you.
Okay, it's me, Melly. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I like Chica and Nico and Daya. Yep.
Hey all, this is HG. All I can really say is that I'm probably the biggest Dia fan around. And this was an interesting episode. Let's talk about it a lot. I know already have I've probably already logged a couple hours on the discussion channel, so let's keep it going.
hey everyone, this is Ishi. I'm the only Umi Rico fan here at the moment, but that's alright, because I still do my best to discuss it all.
What up, guys? I'm Dali. I'm an Ellie and Yo fan, and yeah.
So, hopping right into it, we're gonna. First point is the Love Live qualifiers. Well, this is something we expected, right? All nine of them are together. They're finally gonna go for the Love Live. It's summer after all. It's the season for Love Live. So the way Love Live works, if I'm wrong, correct me. It's qualifiers, prelims, then actual Love Live itself. As stated before, we saw the Saint Snow, and they're from Hokkaido. So what do you guys think? Is she?
I think that I think it's pretty. I expect for Aqua to be able to make it through this round because I don't. I think it would be quite off-putting with the current pace that they're going for them to not to fail this time. So that's what I'm expecting. I don't know about the competition though, since they didn't. They this time they didn't choose to show any other group at this time. So I'm guessing that this is just going to be a smooth ride for them for now.
What about you, HT?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that the format that we're gonna see is much more complicated given that there are 7,000 groups last Love Live, and there's probably guaranteed to be more this time around. Um, I wouldn't be surprised to see multiple qualifying rounds and multiple people making it out of said multiple qualifying rounds. So this very first preliminary stage isn't necessarily a stage where the bar is set particularly high. Therefore, based on what the next episode's teaser was, I'm actually pretty optimistic about Aqua's chances at this.
Well, what I think is that remember, Love Live is not like a competition, sports, anime type thing. So I don't think the actual competition side is like, oh yeah, we have to go through prelims, elims, qualifiers, whatever. I don't think there's going to be a big focus on that. Sure, it's the driving force of the plot, but I don't think there's going to be a big focus on, oh yeah, we need to win some X rounds to make it to this.
Yeah, I think they're leaving out the real technical stuff away from the viewers because that's not really part of what makes actually the show great. it's nice to actually have Love Live is there, so everybody would actually have like a set goal and like a similar goal to actually go with. But the entire purpose of Love Life is mainly for just having the nine of those girls actually interact together.
Well, there also seems to be a lot more structure this time around. Simply because we know that there are specific Hokkaido regionals just for Saint Snow to be at the very top of. And even though we don't quite know exactly how many regions there are, I think it's safe to presume that with this many groups, that the that even if there we're not focused on the structure of it, that we can presume that Aqua's is in that at least mid-tier echelon of groups, given that they made it into the top 100 at some point in popularity rankings.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. They're definitely up there, but we still don't have a concrete evidence that they could pass. But obviously they will because
I mean, the only
it's
result we have to go off of is their failure in Tokyo. So I mean, we don't know. We have like them filling their auditorium or gymnasium in the first part of the show. Then we have them failing um, that Tokyo event. So we have like two kind of extremes. We don't really know where they're going to go with that. Like how good they are actually. Like we know Muse like picked up really fast because you actually because a lot of times they were checking the rankings. They've only checked the rankings like only early on in the series. They haven't checked it recently.
They check at
Although
least during episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we know that they're in the top 100 at least.
although
And they
they're
still
way
got
above
zero.
Muse was at this time. Muse was only around like I don't remember. I think Muse was in the four digits at the end of season one compared to Aqua.
But we know they're gonna win because they can't lose. Because main characters, plot
Yeah,
armor
it's
and all
just a
that.
matter of time.
Well,
what do you
yeah,
think, Dally?
Well, like going off the teaser for the next episode, I really do not think that like I'm pretty sure they did well. Like there's no way they didn't. And yeah.
Any other
I mean,
thoughts?
it could be if they didn't do well, they don't need to show it for the teaser. Make it look all happy and then
I
suddenly
mean,
more drama.
I guess, but I just don't feel like that's a Love Live type of thing to do. I mean, I don't know.
Speaking of drama, let's move on to one of the main points of this episode. You. Oh man, this is a great
Me?
episode for you.
Me or
No, not
yo?
you.
Yo,
Me or
Stop.
yo?
Tetsuya.
Stop. Okay?
it's Yo-chan.
This is not the place for this. Anyways, this episode was Yo-centric, and obviously we got lots of Yo character development. What do you think, resident Chika Yo lover?
Well,
Oh,
okay, so I thought that was me.
That is
that,
you.
Did
Yes, I
speak to
know.
me.
Okay, so actually, on the development side, we got development on Yo's character, like her weaknesses, but I feel like it's still tied to Chica almost. But like we get her weakness, how she's almost perfect, but well, that's what people think she is, but maybe internally she's actually not. But I still feel like right now it's still tied completely to her relationship with Chica, and she's lacking that type of individuality thing. And you hadn't have any thoughts on that?
I mean, she didn't really get as much character development as I would have liked. It's still like the majority of the episode revolved around her drama with Chica, which is like good to see resolved and
Yes.
not forced, but she still doesn't really have her own character development, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I think the current drama, I guess you can say that it would tie into her almost resolving her weakness of like when Mario goes like, "Oh, you need to speak out the truth instead of just accepting it at face value." Because I think overall that's what Yo's weakness is. Stuff happens, and then she's like, "Oh, well, I guess that's how it is. Not much I can do about it. And so hopefully her talk with Mari helps resolve that a bit. But I remember I forgot who said something. Maybe it was HT, but it was actually Rico that told Yo that Chica was actually thinking about her, and not it wasn't actually Yo speaking the truth to Chica that actually resolved it.
I'd like to touch a little bit on that as well. Uh, we have to consider the fact that Yo's indecision is based on the fact that she is struggling between her selfless personality and these selfish desires. So that creates a hell of a lot of internal conflict right now within Yo herself. And with this internal conflict, Yo has to make a lot of decisions, and she hasn't been. It's basically been her not making very good decisions at all, as in no decision. She's going through all of these thoughts, how to go about it, what is Chica going to say, and it's very reminiscent of the third year drama, even after they get all of this information about what to do, what if it's how it's going to impact someone, so on and so forth, they still can't make the right decision. And that's very evident with Yo here, who's after all this advice still can't talk to Chica because it wouldn't have made sense for her to. She doesn't really have the tool necessary to aggress or talk to Chica in this specific manner.
I think the difference between this drama and the third year dramas is that this drama revolves around Yo, but the third year drama, it wasn't just one person's problem. It was like, oh, there's one misunderstanding, and then it just carried on. And I guess I guess in the end it was about misunderstanding and not communicating properly. But here I think it's more the problem is on Yo's side.
Mm, yeah, it is definitely Yo that's misunderstanding all of these. She's definitely misreading the signals, and she
I mean,
really can't
isn't
understand.
really the root of the problem. She's feeling left out a bit, and she's feeling out of sync, especially the point where like Chica was really happy that Rigo was calling her on the phone, and you was there just like staring, and she was about to get her popsicle, and it just broke into two. It just made her really sad. That scene was like, hmm. I think she's really feeling sad that she just wants the connection back with Chica.
Actually, for that popsicle scene, I think she was breaking it because she wanted to offer it to Chica, be like, "Hey, you want some?" But then after Chica said something about Rico, which made Yo just put the thing back in the bag and just not do it.
I think the thing with those kinds of things, you're supposed to break it um, when you when the other person actually like could actually see that you're breaking it. It actually just broke just before he could even reach to it.
Symbolic.
Weren't those like some sort of drink thing? I thought because
Yeah.
that's what Ruby and Hanamaru were drinking.
Are those like the frozen ice treats? I remember having those something similar when I was younger.
I guess so. They were like slurping it though. Like
Slurpee,
Sally, you
yeah,
watched
it's
the
a,
episode, right? You just watched it, so what was it?
I
Um,
also just watched it.
I was watching it while talking to you guys, and I'm actually trying to pull up the episode right now.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
hold on.
This is what we
They
call
do look
efficiency,
like
boys.
they do look like the frozen pops that I used to have when I was younger. They come,
Yeah,
you freeze them, you top the top, and you just suck on them to take that out. It's like a popsicle, but they become slush.
yeah. Like at some point, they just turn into half liquid, half slush, so you can just slurp it up pretty easily.
mm-hmm. And they're also Mekon flavored. So
Oh, those things.
Oh,
I have no
yeah.
idea what they were.
Those are actually really good.
So going back to the drama part, though, I think we have a similarity between the second year's drama and the third year's drama, but you have less of it because they've resolved theirs a lot faster with help from the third years. And that part where Mari comes in and tells her like, "You need to deal with this. It's
Yeah.
been otherwise you're waiting 6 years like I did.
Can we go back a little bit to even as far back as the first episode where Yo joins initially because she wants to join something to do with Chica? This really makes its resurgence back here because that call is specifically to say that Chica still remembers all those times that she couldn't necessarily do anything with Yo's invitations to go join high diving, swimming, whatever the hell it was. And she wanted to do something with Yo specifically, and that it wasn't necessarily that she had forgot. It's that she wanted to build something with her, which was important enough to really highlight the fact that even though Chica Yo doesn't get the screen time that Chica Rico does, it's still pretty important to the entire dynamic of the group that Chica Yo is a thing.
I mean, I think this didn't really start with the anime. It already started all the way back then in Aquarium. Like a lot of people were referencing the fact that this is going to be the Aquarium episode because of the similarity in what happened in the Aquarium TV and here, I guess, in a sense. So it had its roots from all the way back in April, and it just happened to like kind of get solved here.
I mean, it's the same kind of thing, but it's different in a way that it was not the same kind of plot. Like the same idea happened, but I guess people
Oh
are
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
they might be solved the same way. Like it will essentially become the Aquarium episode, and I'm kind of glad it didn't, so that we got a new song and more interesting stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
It
Okay.
felt like there was that everybody else's conflicts were basically external, that there was something really big weighing them down, but Yo doesn't come in with an external conflict. This is something that builds up with time. And so we see the relief in the sense that this is something that isn't particularly major. That's all I really think about this specific arc, is that it isn't particularly major in terms of the conflict that we see, simply because it's something that isn't pre-existing. It had to actually build up within this entire season, and it was basically offloaded as an internal conflict rather, and it didn't really change anything about the group dynamics. It was just something that had to be addressed.
Bring up the group, right? Also, we're moving on to the next topic. Mari is suspicious, right? She notices something's off about Yo. Anybody want to? Anybody the
It's
Mari expert here?
it's Mari. She's basically the teen mom. Like she's acted like that ever since the first episode that she appeared. There's always been hints that she's way more intelligent than when she's not trolling, and it definitely shows in this case.
Yeah, I like how in the manga, Canon was supposed to be the mom character, or even before the manga. I guess just her characterization. I mean, in the anime, she's pretty much suddenly all angst, and then now she's there. But Mari was essentially the mom character the whole time. And yeah, I called it way at the beginning. I was like, there's got to be more to her than just it's joke.
I
Yeah,
just really appreciate the yo throw.
that
That
was
was good.
fantastic.
It's like
Throw.
just a counter to anyone who hates the washi jokes. It's like, no, we're having none of that anymore. Just stop.
Oh shit! I need to get headphone on adding the John Cena theme to that.
We
Ouch.
we have a lot of similarities, like I said before, with what she's now realized was between her and Kana and Daya and Chika and Yo and Rico. So she tries to step in and solve it before it gets out of hand. Like her line of, we need to do something about this before, because I didn't do anything about it and I wasted 2 years.
Yeah,
She's trying to help out her juniors by giving them a little push in the right direction.
she didn't want another Nina and Barry Descar situation. Okay, never mind.
I really want to talk
Zombie,
about.
you hear that silence?
What was that, Heroic?
I just really wanted to talk about Mari's switches, so to speak, because it's very evident now that Mari is the tone setter of of almost the entire group. You know specifically if she's trolling that it's going to be a particularly lighthearted scene and probably a lighthearted episode in general. Whereas here we can see that Mari understands that there's a lot of serious stuff that has to be done, but it's also with uh, Kohai. So it's basically a little bit of scolding, kind of trolling, but she's still very serious throughout. And when it's third years, it's basically all business. It's basically perfect Japanese. All she wants to do is talk with Kanan and maybe get some hugs in, all that sort of stuff. But it basically proves that Mari is a character that nobody expected was going to have such control over her emotions, to the point where she can do all this sort of stuff. She can be all these characters at the same time, and I think that's particularly impressive of Sunshine's staff to create a character this dynamic.
Yeah. What about you, Dali? What did you think?
Um, I thought it was like I never really expected. Like I did. I like. I don't know. I've always looked at Mari as not really like the mom-like character, but after this episode, it made me kind of like her as a character more because she's kind of just helping people out and such, or helping you out.
Okay, surprise visit, boys. Can
Oh
you
no.
in the chat
Whoa!
who's joining?
All right, so who is joining? Come on. Hello.
I wonder who.
Surprise visitor.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Hey guys,
Surprise! Ah!
Ah,
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna scream on stream. I
do
think.
it.
Well, if you weren't showing up, we were just gonna play your stream cuts.
No, no, no,
in
no,
place
no,
of
no, no,
you.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I think he means
Not a good idea.
no.
All right.
No.
Okay,
Now
what
with
are we
the
talking
appearance of
about?
Shuka Mod, what did you this is your episode after all? What do you think about
Shoot,
Rika
God.
and Chica?
Rika,
God damn
Rika
it!
and Chica.
Rika?
God damn it!
Good job.
What? Okay, what do you think about Rico and Chica actually noticing how Yo felt?
I think my main gripe in this episode is that like rather than Yo resolving it by just like going to Chica and talking to about it, it was kind of Rico who told Yo spaghetti.
I apologize.
Oh my
I
god.
touched on this as well, and I kind of really thought that it was because Yo doesn't have that specific tool. She still doesn't really understand how how to act on the advice that Mari gave her to actually talk with uh, Chica one to one, face to face. She still needs to find the pieces that fit in. She didn't understand that Chica still really wanted to build this thing with her, and that she felt like she was cast aside. So she doesn't understand. So there's really a feeling of inadequacy here that she either had to combat or someone had to basically tell her this this isn't what you think it is. And without that, Chica would never Yo would never have confronted Chica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. We have the whole couple times where she keeps trying. You've seen it before in a couple episodes, but it was highlighted more this episode where she tries to talk to Chica and kind of just stops multiple times, and that she never really actually gets the chance to do it until pushed. And even when she was pushed by Rico to talk with her, she didn't go talk to Chica. Chica came to talk to
Yeah.
her.
Mm. So, Eater, what do you think?
Yeah, about like I already mentioned it a bit earlier, but essentially, if everything didn't work out perfectly, it would have been more interesting to see how Yo, and probably would have been better for her character development if she actually took an active role rather than suddenly, oh, Rico called, oh, suddenly Chica showed up. Everything just conveniently lined up, and she didn't really have to do anything to actually push herself for it.
Hang on. I think that it's convenient, but none of it is out of character.
Well, I never said it was out of character. It's just she never had the chance to essentially actively push herself beyond how she actually like what we said earlier. Like she wanted to do something, but every time she tries, she doesn't push all the way. And so again, we never really got that final chance for her to do so.
So someone on Tumblr, I think, calculated the approximate distance between Chica and Yo's houses, and it's like 13 kilometers. So that's like how far Chica biked. About 8
Wow.
miles, I think.
How long does that take? Who bikes?
It is a third of a bike race length. So a
8
bike race is usually
miles?
40 kilometers. She biked a third of that.
Not bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's around double the amount that Chica and Rico biked together. I think the episode before.
So the real secret here is that Chica's secretly a bike racer.
Or the
Trained
secret is
by
that Chica
Conan.
would bike further for Yo than for Rico.
For someone who is with
Nice.
shitty Japanese bus schedules, the last bus usually leaves around 8.
Oh.
And
Wow.
so if we were talking about a 9 p.m. if we're talking about like a 9 p.m. arrival, then it's totally feasible for Chica to have missed the last bus at 8, have Mitone basically say, it's 8 p.m. Why are you going out this late? And then for her to decide, screw you, I'm going to go bike over there anyways.
There's also a
Now-
possibility it was at 2 a.m.
It is also, and it's very within Chica's character to say, hey, let's practice now.
Well,
It's not a bad idea at all.
do we get someone who checked the position of
He's
the
not
moon
asleep
for
at 2 a.m.
times? I'm sure someone edits or not edits, analyzes that scene. They could use the position of the moon in the background to figure out what time it is.
Actually, I was
Oh my
like,
God.
no, I just checked the episode. I thought that because when Rico called Yo, I thought that there might be a time on her phone, but there isn't.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Rico's understanding of the thing, because Rico seems to somehow have this understanding, and it has to basically stem from what Chica told her, because it was basically stated that Chica told her that she wanted to do this thing with Yo, and so all of them being able to notice this, except for Chica, I think, who's still probably oblivious to what the hell is going on. Mari, probably Dying and Kanan, Rico, they're all here to support Yo, and I think that's a little bit more important than Yo's individual character development, which I still maintain that she gets a lot of in this specific episode. But so Love Live has always been about this whole friendship interaction, character interaction over character development, and this highlights that very well.
Mm.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Hmm.
We're interacting like the pool
Mm.
scene where they're all staring at Yo and they all make noises like.
Mm.
That's some tasty Yo right there.
Like, do you remember the
That's
scene
a
I'm
nice-
referencing?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Where everyone's
Why don't
looking
you
at her
elaborate a
she-
bit?
When they're trying to go find a replacement for Rico in the dance, and then they all kind of make like thinking
Replacement?
noises. Like,
Did you just call Yo a replacement?
Whoa!
I see how it is.
Wow.
Can we
Well,
talk-
she didn't end up
Can we
being a
actually talk
replacement.
about that just a little bit? Because Yo feels like she needs to be the replacement for Rico in this entire scene, and almost in like the relationship when Rico's not there, to make Chica happy, which is pretty damn significant.
Ow.
Well,
Yeah,
and we
especially
know if
because
we
I would say especially because Chica or Yo's known Chica for way longer, and it's like here comes Rico, and now she's playing. Now she has to be the replacement of a friend, which is really odd. Which I think is just really like not a great feeling.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we also
think.
have the
Oh,
thing where we have their dancing practice, and then they always mess up. They always mess up, and then the one time they get it right, the first time we see them get it right on camera is that when Yo decides to mimic Rico's steps instead of doing her own. So like like instead of doing her own thing, she's like, "Well, I'll just be her replacement." It's
Oh, feels
kind
bad,
of
man.
actually there.
What about you, Dally? What do you think? Dally?
Um.
nice,
Uh.
Dally.
Uh.
Okay,
Nice.
loud spaghetti. Move on to the
Boys
next
and
topic.
girls.
Okay,
I,
boys.
okay, I have
Live.
something regard. I'm gonna just jump topic a bit towards the Chica and Yo resolution. So, okay, so we all know this anime has been essentially pushing Chica Rico the whole time, and why I don't think this is essentially the most Chica Yo we're probably gonna get because they're not gonna do a 180 and try and push the other way within the remaining episodes, I think. And about the thing about Yo being a replacement, essentially that's all she really is. Like, if Rico didn't leave, Rico would have been the center of the song with Chica. And when Rico comes back, what's gonna happen? It's probably going to be Chica Rico again. So in the end, that's what the anime is pushing. And so I think this is the Chica Rio resolution. We're going to get that. It's like, okay, they are good friends now.
I think that it's. I'll just wait. Hang on.
Friendship regained? Or no?
What?
Nothing.
I mean,
I-
they were. I mean, they were always friends,
I
but
know.
It's just kind of
Maybe
like
they're better
talk
friends.
more, damn it.
Yeah. It's
look at
like
these two.
We have the implication that they started as friends. Like right at the beginning, she's introduced as her best friend. They want to do stuff together. But really, if you think about it, during the whole anime, we really haven't had that much interaction between the two of them in terms of being best friends, kind of thing.
thank you, Marco. You understand me, first of all.
Marco,
in
what?
chat.
What?
In the chat.
Oh,
Chat, yeah. Marcus has in chat friendship with Yo regained. He understands me. Thank you.
Did anyone mention that one scene where they find the club application
Oh yeah.
and Mari's
Oh, yeah.
surprised that it's Chica and Yo on the application because she thought it was Chica Rico?
Oh,
I mean,
feels
like,
bad.
that's
Ow.
kind of what is. I think that's one of the reasons why Mario's like, oh shit, I gotta go talk with Yo.
well, if
Yeah.
we're gonna be fair here, if you were as a viewer, even if you had missed the first couple episodes, you would probably think the same thing as well, and that's pretty much where Mari came in, right? She didn't know from the beginning. So from her point of view, it was obvious to her, or she thought it was, that it was Chikarico that started the club.
The first time Mari saw the club was in episode 2 when the three of them were there with Gaia and Mari, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah,
But if you see from her interactions with the three of them from that point on, you have a lot more Chikarico interaction than there is
yeah,
Chica.
that's true.
I think that the Chica Yo interactions that we do have, that we do get within all of the throughout the entire series, has been basically very natural, almost as if the dynamic almost never really ends. It's still there. It's still very natural, and it's still something that everybody enjoys. But I think that it was actually very very intentional for these interactions to die down so that we could have this episode. That being said, this episode's resolution was just a little too convenient for, I believe, a lot of people to really believe this episode.
What do you mean by believe this episode?
It's a suspension of disbelief. Like, think of it this way: we've seen this with the third year drama. It was built up over, I don't know anymore, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 episodes, and the resolution was set up by Daya, their best friend, who really wanted them to get back together, and it all seems to have fallen together in a way that wasn't just convenient, was that it was also that it made a lot of sense. This episode, we get the same kind of resolution that's supposed to happen this way. I feel like the resolution itself was fine, but it felt very contrived, almost as if they had timed this entire thing out. And I still maintain that whether she saw Chica now or 2 days after, it really wouldn't have mattered. The resolution would have been the same, but it just felt really, really convenient that it all happened at all the same time, which takes me out of the scene.
Well, your thing with the third year comparison is that the third year's drama has been brewing for 2 years, since more than that, 3 years. And really, this hasn't been that long, give it a couple months, if that. So it's really not as bad in terms of seriousness. So, like, it's also Chica's character. That's something that she would do. Maybe not the Rico phone call, you could argue, but the Chica running to Yo in the middle of the night or whenever that was, that's very in character for her. So to me, it doesn't feel very, just set up. It felt more normal.
Oh no, I
Maybe a
completely
little
agree with that.
convenient, but in terms of convenience, we only really have 3 episodes left with this one, or 2 episodes with this, not counting this one. So I don't know if we had too much time to spare on this, anyways, in terms of plot.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean, I think that the episode is completely in character. All of it makes sense. I've been seeing a lot of comments that somehow Yo shouldn't feel guilty about wanting more attention, and I'm just like, this is a very selfless character we're talking about. I don't understand how you don't understand that this character conflict is completely internal, so on and so forth, blah 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 blah. But I digress.
I would like to say that they had, I guess for me personally, it had a lot of the time to build up, sort of like the third year drama. But I think since it wasn't addressed as nearly as directly in the build up, it kind of feels cheap. I mean, it's probably not, but that's just how it feels, and it comes off like that. It's just like in the early episodes, you had third years getting like their bit part in the like getting their bit done, where it's like dramatic, like there's some hidden information. But with this, there's also a similar build up where it's just you see Yo for like the past 3 or 4 episodes, like looking at Chica, just like the fuck, come talk to me, be friends, and I guess it just feels like this episode probably like I don't really know how to explain it. It just feels like while it was resolved, I want to say it feels like it was again cheaply resolved. I don't know.
All right, so wrapping it up here, we're gonna mix 2 of the topics together. The new song. What's its name?
Woo!
Hey.
This song is actually one of the best ones so far, I think.
Yeah,
I like
really
how they
it.
went back to an energetic style after
All
2
of these new
relatively
songs
slow
is
songs.
basically in my top 5. Michiku Dreamer has been really good. The one with the lanterns was actually really good as well. It matches up with. I think I'm very vocal about when I say Machite and Strawberry Trapper up there, and it's basically the same thing with these songs. They're all really well written. The vocals are really good. There's a lot of they use silence really well in these past couple of songs, which is great. Ugh.
Okay, so we're gonna first
Lake, you ready? All right. Rizal, you want to go?
play the song and then we're gonna talk about it. So cue
Okay.
the music, boys.
想いよ一つになれこの時を待っていた
Because voice is so nice. Jump, 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 jump.
ふと重なり合うよ一
That Mari lock on Gunfinger was just
You word it.
What a wonderful song, boys.
Rico taps another piano key.
And then
How
we
many
replay
keys
it.
have she played total in the entire anime?
I think her count is at like 4 or 5 at this point.
Do we count her
Nice.
song though, playing for Chica? Because that's a lot of keys.
Oh, can I mention something else I'm salty about?
What are you salty about, Shuka?
The memorial item isn't even a yo thing. It's Rico's freaking scrunchies.
Well, what would they have done? Would you have preferred that they sell Yo's glass frame as the?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Maybe we
Okay,
could
no,
do
that's
some more
completely
Yo
fair, actually.
cosplay.
Please give me Yo's glasses.
Isn't it Ray-Bans?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
someone
it's
said that on
Ray-Bans.
Twitter.
Yeah, Calendar said that on Twitter.
But yeah, to talk
Yeah,
about
seems
this
possibly Yo thing.
song is to talk about it in the sense that it is a very fast, upbeat song, not incomparable to, I'd say, Heroes. And it was the fact that they blended they were actually able to put the piano in the forefront while they were doing this rock song was pretty much what really sold this song for me.
Ellie?
I really like this song, especially because of like the animation side of it. I really liked how they like pretended to play the piano, then the scene ended with Rico finishing on the piano.
Yeah.
Hey.
I found it. I think someone should go and go count the King Blades in the crowd and take a poll of who's best girl.
Wow.
According to the crowd here.
Nice.
Wow. Hey, Ishi, that's your job.
Oh, there's quite a lot. Like, I like how there's I like how it's another energetic song after that gives your arms opportunity to get tired, like next year. But like I think I read something, probably was Chess. Like I think it was Chess mentioning a good part about how like it was weird that they would go ahead and perform with only 8 people though, because like in the original Love Live, they like one of the main themes was how it's not really Muse without all 9 of them. But in here, it's like they just really let Rico to go off while they just perform it as Aqua.
I really liked how they clearly rewrit the choreography for so that like Yo could do her own thing, because like that jump, man, that jump, clearly not a Rico move.
I can't wait to see that jump live.
I can't wait.
We'll see it live.
I want to see it
That's-
live.
I was thinking, Yo wants that booty so bad.
Shuka has jumps in like 3 of the anime songs. There's one in Daisuki Dattara Daijobu, and then there's another like sort of jump in the Lantern song, and then there's this
The
one.
Lantern song. That's really
going
cool.
on the quiz. How many jumps?
Not to mention Kimi no Kokoro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just it wasn't just Shuka and Kimi no Kokoro though. Anya also jumped. And
Yeah.
there was one
And
more.
so
Well, these jumps.
Anya and Suo do mini jumps, and then they go to the center to let Shuka do the big jump.
It's just super impressive that, in general, that they're upping the physicality of these routines in general, because female idol routines are generally not that physical to begin with. It's mostly the male idols. You'll see a lot of cartwheels, backflips, all that sort of good stuff.
Shuka backflip one.
Shuka cartwheel when.
Although there was a bit of breathlessness.
She needs
in
3
the
months to do
earlier
it.
live performance.
Shuka Mud, when do you think they're gonna have Shuka do a round off back handspring on stage?
Give it like half a year.
Sweet.
Okay, so well, they're slowly building up. You gotta build it up, guys. You can't just jump out of there nowhere.
Eventually, it's just gonna be a full gymnastics routine.
Juco in 2020 Olympics.
Oh my
I'm
god.
ready.
Just
Oh god, Saint Snow.
just
Saint
fourth
Snow and
live.
Aqua's joined the Olympics.
Fourth live be a gymnastics show.
Oh my god. What do you think, Eater?
About what? Gymnastics?
Yeah, man. Alright, moving on. A few days ago, there was a Nama. I didn't watch it, but we'll move on to the Seiyu fags who actually did watch it.
I woke up at
Sugar and
5 for
pigtails,
it.
sugar and pigtails, sugar and pigtails.
What happened in it? I forgot. Let me go find my folder.
Oh
Nothing
my
ever happened in this gets so much.
Nice.
I haven't
There was
watched
no
it
new
yet.
news in it.
There is
I
no
wanna-
sketchbook thing this time.
Yeah, I think they. Oh yeah, because they added the new segment where they react to the episodes, which
Yeah,
took up like 20 minutes of the time.
yeah.
Not to say it was bad, but it was pretty interesting. I expected more eyes and shoutings, to be honest.
I think what were the highlights? First, Rikako doing the like chin and hand thing to King randomly.
Oh yeah, I should start uploading images and posting them in chat. But yes,
And
One
then
entertaining
the
thing was Shuka getting NTR'd by
oh my
Rikako
god,
again.
not yet. That's near the end, I think.
no, it was like in the middle
It was
somewhere,
throughout the
Wait,
whole.
which one?
like the
I-
Suwawa Anya hug.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
where
god,
Arisha
that was
gets
really funny.
NT. I'm so sad. I'm actually. That's the only thing I
Arisha's
really.
in the middle,
The only thing I
and
really
she just
know
had to like
happened. It was
lean
so sad.
backwards to let them hug.
It's like they're celebrating something, and then Rikako and Anchan were hugging. Then Shuka was like, oh no, they weren't hugging. I think they were just looking at each other.
No, they were just celebrating, and then like Anchan turned to face Rikako, and then Shuko was just kind of going like "yay" by herself on the side.
Yeah,
I have a picture somewhere.
It's
I'm
foreshadowing.
uploading.
It sounds like there was a lot of NTRing going on in general.
Sounds like me.
I missed
Yeah, it's
it,
that
though,
picture.
so
Amazing.
I missed that specific Nama, so
Also something about Arisha calling out Rikako about her cooking, and Rikako getting super defensive.
Oh yeah, what was the context for that?
It
I
was
actually don't
right
remember
after
how it
Rikako
started.
did her line for that
For
one
Rico?
segment.
Oh yeah, and then Arisha
Yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, Rico can cook, but I don't know about Rikako." It's like I wish I had remembered the exact quote because I remember someone on Twitter was translating it live. So essentially, it was something like, "I remember you buying this one can of it," and Rikako was like, "Ah!"
Yeah, she
And
was
then-
like,
and
no,
then
I
she-
made it myself.
And then she turned to Anchan after to like back her up or something.
So that nom was pretty great. Anyways, we're about to wrap
no
it up
Shuka
here.
until
Or
December.
not.
My finals.
Oh
week.
wait, we gotta announce the dates of the next few Namas.
Yeah, dude. That's
Do we
that's
have
true.
Next
dates
one is
for anything
October
other than
14th.
October?
October 14th and what the ones after that? Were they announced?
I think they
don't
only
remember
announced
the dates,
October.
Yeah, it's essentially October, November, December, probably middle of the month. I'm guessing.
I assume there's gonna be several more streams in November though, assuming that they're going to the Osaka Kanshasai.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, I can't wait for that. The streams were what really got me into the Seiyus at the first place when it was in May.
I can't wait to see if they'll do a Kohaku or something like that. Whatever the hell it's called.
I don't think they're gonna get on Kohaku anytime soon.
They're nowhere
Kohaku
near
is
the
huge.
popularity. And their first live isn't even that big. It's only 17,000.
Only 17,000. No big deal.
It took 3,000 before they got on Kohaku.
Alright, so that's about the limit to what we have here. Make sure to join us next week for the next episode of this podcast. And please don't forget to follow our fellow Love Livers on their Tumblr. Ches at KonKonMikan, Shukamad at ehe ehe, or just go to
Wait, that's the
Saito
title of my blog.
Yeah, there you go.
What the?
Channel and our Discord. Anyways,
Follow our new translator, oceansushi.tumblr.com also.
yeah.
We have more translators and blogs as we get more stuff translated, but I think right now we're close to 100% Karuki and Aqua's content being translated to English, which is really nice. One of the other translators can actually correct me on that if I'm wrong. But this is way better than we had from Muse before. So it's really nice if you want to follow this live, and you should support our translators, give them some encouragement, you know?
Other than that, for this podcast, bye everybody.
Yosura.
Bye, Yosoro.
Later.
Wow.
Bye.